Well, Kenneth, I appreciate you coming on. We'll talk again soon. And we'll be right back here on the Bob Sullivan Show here on LateNightSportsRadio.com.
Joan Jett, you know. Woke up to some wailing, was Van Halen on my radio. Parachute pants, skinny ties, Michael J. Fox, family ties. 1984. Radio, radio, radio. Radio, Don't want no more 90s shit. Nirvana was cool and maybe Pearl Jam, but that was it. Give me Springsteen, rock and roll, Cheap Trick, not Oingo Boingo. Hey, Joey Ramone, leave Michael Jackson at home. Radio, 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 radio. Radio, 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 radio. One-hit wonders, they're all stars. Billy Joe, the alarm, boombox hanging on my arm. Radio, 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 radio.
Millionaires are being made all season long at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site. One-week fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Got a player who's hurt? No problem. Injuries won't derail your shot at victory because it's like a new season every week. So you're never stuck with the same players. Pick your team in minutes and you can be on your way to winning huge cash. This season, one listener turned $10 into $5,000. Another turned $2 into $10,000. And a new millionaire has been crowned nearly every week this season at DraftKings.com. You could be next. Imagine winning $1 million in one day just playing fantasy football at DraftKings. Head to DraftKings.com now and use promo code Spreaker to play free in the $10 million Fantasy Football World Championships. DraftKings.com. Bigger events, bigger winnings, bigger millionaires. Enter Spreaker now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
Who the hell can wait till morning? Talk now at LateNightSportsRadio.com.
the Bob Sullivan Show here on LateNightSportsRadio.com. I'd like to thank Seth Klein and Kenneth Teep for coming on tonight, and Keith Reeve for the great job behind the scenes extraordinaire, Keith Reeve. And if you like LeBron James, if you think LeBron James is sexy, go check out LeBronJames.shoes for all the latest LeBron James news. Because it rhymes, so you know it's real. We're back for headlines. Keith, what do we got for headlines?
All right, we got 9 minutes left, so let's see what's going on in the world of sports. The Dallas Cowboys just finished taking control of the NFC East, beating the Philadelphia Eagles 38-27. Yes, we had everything in this one, including fourth quarter turnovers by Tony Romo and Mark Sanchez. So the Cowboys take a one-game lead. Who wins that division, the Cowboys or the Eagles?
Crap. I'm going to say Cowboys, since, they kind of got the momentum going right now. It's tough to come. Well, actually, I'm going to say the Eagles now. I'm just thinking about it. If the Cowboys are coming off a big win, they're probably going to lose next week. I think the Eagles and Cowboys are severely flawed teams, but I'm going to say the Eagles win that division.
Kobe Bryant passed Michael Jordan on the NBA scoring list to move into the number 3 place behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Karl Malone. With all the rumors saying now that Kobe will retire after his contract is done after next season with the Lakers, what is, and I think I've asked you this before, but is Kobe in the top 5 players of all time for you?
No. I'm putting him top 10. My top 5 would be Jordan, Kareem, Russell, Oscar Robertson, and I'm torn on Wilt or Magic for number 5. But I definitely I would say Kobe's probably number 7 for me. But I'm not trying to disrespect him. I think he's a great player. He just, he rubs people the wrong way. So I think he's not going to get the respect at the end. He's not going to get the respect he deserves as far as being, top 5, top 10, whatever you want to say. But I do think that he's one of the all-time greats. If they did the top 50 players today, he'd definitely be in it. The one thing I do regret about Kobe is we never got a Kobe LeBron finals. He probably would have won it because he always had better teams around him. But I just wish we would have gotten one Kobe LeBron finals, and we're not going to get it.
Why? There's still hope.
If next year, if you guys can manage to trade for Carmelo Anthony in the offseason or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Carmelo's the linchpin. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Well, it's kind of like, I kind of feel like if we got a Kobe LeBron finals now, it'd be kind of like when Jordan and Magic faced off in the finals. Like, the moment had passed on that. I guess it was exciting back in the day, but it just didn't have the pizzazz if Jordan, in 90 or 89 would have gotten there against Magic.
It would be like walking into a bar in your 30s and seeing that the hottest girl from your high school after she's been divorced twice with like 4 kids and hooking up with her anyway. It wouldn't be the same. Right.
It's exactly. Actually, I got a good compare. I don't want to top your comparison there, but it's like Tommy Frazier from the Nebraska Cornhuskers. When I see him at the bar, every Friday or Saturday night, and he's talking to some chick that may have been hot when he was at Nebraska, and he's going home with her, but he's disappointed that's what he has to settle for at this point in his career.
Did he win a Heisman?
No, he finished second to Eddie George.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He probably should have. I mean, he probably should have, and then the next year he was injured, and Brooke Behringer took over. But great player, just not... He probably got screwed over by Eddie George.
Right. All right. The San Francisco 49ers lose to the Seattle Seahawks. They are now out of playoff contention. Does San Francisco have a new head coach next season?
Yeah, for stupid reasons. It's kind of like the Mark Jackson situation with Golden State, where he doesn't get along with the front office, and the front office seems to have more power for, Golden State didn't have a lot of success in the last 15 years. Mark Jackson gets into the playoffs twice. They have, good seasons. They're on the cusp. Steve Kerr looks like the right fit there for Golden State. But with San Francisco, do you guys not remember that Alex Smith was garbage before Jim Harbaugh got there? Do you not remember, Frank Gore being your only bright spot on your team? I guess if the front office wants to get rid of him, go ahead and pray to God that you don't get another Mike Singletary or Dennis Erickson or what other hot garbage you can come up with that's not Jim Harbaugh.
The Golden State Warriors, speaking of the Warriors, defeat the New Orleans Pelicans 128-122 in overtime to get their 16th straight win. They currently sit at 21-2 overall. Can they win 72?
No, because the West is, with the West the way it is.
The West is the West.
It's so unbelievable. I mean, they could lose three. They're 20-2 right now. They could lose like 3 in a row or 4 in a row and be a 3 seed in the West at this point. That's how insanely good the West is right now at the top. So, no, they're not going to win 70 games. I'll say they win 63.
Okay.
And get a 2 seed in the West.
Okay. This now from Royce Young at ESPN.com. Oklahoma City's Kendrick Perkins fired back at Kings forward Rudy Gay, who called the Thunder center a clown on Saturday in response to comments from earlier in the season. He might as well play with his face painted. He's a clown to me, Gay told the Kings blog, Sacktown Royalty. You can quote that. Perkins said, I'd rather be a clown than a virus. At least if I paint my face, I can wash the paint off. A virus gets in your bloodstream. You can't get rid of that. Which one of these guys should shut the hell up?
Kendrick Perkins, because, his efficiency alone and his, if they just had a slight upgrade at center with Oklahoma City, they might have won a finals here at some point. But I don't think they're a good team, but by having him at center and not a Pau Gasol, not signing a Pau Gasol, that's why they're not going to win a championship as long as he's their center. Rudy Gay, he had a rough go of it in Toronto for, first half of last year. He's a good player. And Kendrick Perkins is a clown. And, Kendrick Perkins does all this mean mugging and act like he's a tough guy. You put him in the 90s against Charles Oakley, Charles Barkley, Shaq, Zoe, P.J. Brown, the list goes on and on. He's not even a blip on the radar right now. Imagine what he would be like in the 90s. He's not a tough guy. And on that note of disgracing Kendrick Perkins, it's time to do it for tonight's show. Thank you again to Keith, Kenneth, and Seth for being on. I will see you Thursday night with guests to be named later. Good night.